Now, speaking of creative concepts, you guys may think that, Cajun food is something you'd only find in New Orleans. Oh no, my friends. Get ready, because we've got the owner of Gulf Shores Restaurant and Grill. This guy is amazing. He quit a career in corporate America, 28 years, because he wanted to follow his dream and work in the restaurant business. Please help me give a very warm close-up welcome to Harry Parker.
Good to be here.
Harry, thank you so much for taking time away from the very busy restaurant world where you exist.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a lot of questions, and I'm going to say right now it's real hard to focus because all of this amazing food is right here. So I'm going to try to be cool.
Good.
Not jump in until you tell me. So Harry, let's back up from the beginning. Are you from St. Louis?
No. I came here 16 years ago. Born in New Orleans. Grew up a lot in Alabama. Daddy is from Mobile, Alabama. Cooked all over Gulf Shores, Alabama. I decided I wanted to do my own thing, and I picked St. Louis as a place.
Wow, okay. I think that's amazing. I love when people gravitate to St. Louis from other cities. So let's talk about this giant leap of faith that you took. 28 years, corporate America. You're like, nope, you know what's more fun? Restaurants. How'd that happen?
I always loved to cook, and Mom and Daddy were great cooks, okay? So what I did, in a nutshell, is I was able to get a full retirement after 28 years and decided, what am I gonna do now? So I took what Mama and Daddy did for family reunions, and I created Gulf Shores Restaurant and Grill. I hired a restaurant location company who said the best place for the concept was St. Louis, Missouri. Had never been to St. Louis before. Now I've been here 16 years. Gulf Shores locations are number 2. We have 2 of those, and it's a blessing. It's very good.
That's amazing. I mean, was there any sort of fear in jumping into a very different lifestyle than you had when you were, not?
Well, back in the days of corporate, if you stay with a company a long time, you moved. In my 28 years with DuPont, I physically relocated a dozen times, including a 3-year stint in Shanghai, China. So when I was able to retire, I knew I wanted to do this. I always loved to cook. Most Southern men love to cook.
Okay.
So I always loved to cook, and so I said, why not? I felt like that if I was going to pursue something, I had to pursue something that I had a passion for. Even though I have an engineering degree, and even though I have a master's in business administration, the corporate world was not my passion. I did well there. I made corporate officer, but my passion was cooking, and being the youngest, and Mama keeping me close. I just love to cook. And so I said, I think I'm going to do this. And here we are, 15 years later, 2 locations, and it's been a great trip. And it's not over.
Again, we are thrilled to have you in St. Louis. Let's get started on what a few of these dishes are. Do you want to start from the left and we'll work our way around?
Well, Gulf Shores is a combination of Daddy's more southern seafood cooking and Mama's Cajun cooking. So what I try to do, I try to bring this. And we make all of everything is made from scratch. We even blend our own spices.
Everything in-house.
Everything is made in-house.
Wow.
We blend our own spices. We make our own fish batters. We make our own sauces. We grind our own pickles to make our tartar sauce, because that's the way Mom and Daddy did it. Mom and Daddy did not have a lot of money to buy all this stuff. And the second reason is that when I started shopping, everything that I could buy, every sauce, everything was loaded with salt and preservatives. So we do our own, and we don't put it there. We start over here with Mama's chicken gumbo, with Daddy's shrimp and grits.
And these are actually recipes from your parents?
These are all Mom and Daddy's recipes.
I love that.
The crab cakes are Daddy's. The only common thing between this crab cake and a Chesapeake or a Maryland crab cake is Old Bay. I mean, you can't make a good crab cake without Old Bay. I don't care where you're from, okay?
Write that down, audience.
And then the end on the other side here is our chicken pasta. It's a blackened shrimp Alfredo pasta. In front, Granny was born in Pensacola, and that is Granny's key lime pie. That recipe is maybe 90 years old, but we make it from scratch, and we do it that way. Okay.
So tell me this, Harry. If somebody from New Orleans moved to St. Louis and they came into your restaurant and said, what is your absolute favorite dish? I want to feel like I'm in New Orleans. What would you say?
Well, my favorite is tuna. And we make our own blackening seasoning. It's a low sodium blackening seasoning. And we put it on tuna and we sear it rare. and I think it's exceptional. But of course, and last year we sold over 11,000 pounds of catfish, Mississippi catfish. We make our own cornmeal batter. And so when people come in, they have to have that. And of course, we complement it with the sauces. We make our own Daddy's own hot sauce. And then we have to have a little fun. If you're from New Orleans, you're going to either slap your mama.
Exactly.
Or you're going to punch your daddy.
It sounds violent, but delicious.
Yeah, but you'll live longer punching your daddy in the South than slapping your mama.
Okay, another note taken.
But we have our sauces. And we take a very, very strict approach around how we cook and how we do and how we prep, from the jambalaya to everything that's there.
And I have to say, I was checking out your website, and something that caught my eye, you really fused St. Louis with the Southern cuisine, because you have a toasted ravioli appetizer that is stuffed with, is it scallops, crab, and shrimp?
Wanted to have a little fun. I mean, you're not going to go to a Cajun restaurant and get toasted cheese ravioli, right?
You're doing it
So
up right.
we make our own. So we take scallops, we take shrimp, and we take a blue crab meat and we stuff it, and it's very, very good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 locations. You've got one in Creve Coeur and another one in Edwardsville. And you're open 7 days a week, is that right?
Open 7 days a week. I wanted to bring the very best of New Orleans, and so we have live music. We have Motown Tuesdays. We have Hump Day Blues Wednesdays.
Okay.
And then we also have, from time to time, we do a gospel. We have a very nice New Orleans-style Sunday brunch, and we'll do some gospel music every now and then, for that too. So, it's the very best, And now, as a matter of fact, we call ourselves now Gulf Shores, and our tagline is New Orleans Taste of St. Louis.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Harry, I cannot thank you enough for spending some time with us, for sharing what goes on behind the scenes in the restaurant world.
Good.
And there's a website where we can check out all the info, is that right?
Yes, www.Gulf Shores Restaurant and Grill. It's a little bit long, but it's like our lifeline. We're going to be in St. Louis for a long time, and I'm 65 years young, so who knows? Maybe another 2 or 3 restaurants. Who knows?
Keep doing it. And my vote is, hot sauce on everything.
Hot sauce on everything, because if you're not slapping your mama with Gulf Shores, then you're not eating good seafood.
You heard it first here. Slapping your mama with Gulf Shores. You guys, check them out 7 days a week. There is no excuse to not go there, and try something adventurous. You really can have a Southern cuisine experience. Thank you so much. Okay. Amazing. All right, now we're going to check out what Draco's up to. When you can't find Draco, he's always in the audience.